Hello. Yes, I'm 2 minutes late. I do apologise. And the funny thing is, I've been sat here at my desk doing nothing for the past 2.5 hours, really. So what's my excuse? I don't have one. Other than I lost track of time. Anyway, how you doing? Look at that. Well, why ain't the game on the screen also? Why is it a black screen? Hang on, folks. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on a second. There's a surprise, there's a technical issue here. There's a technical issue. Do bear with me. Oh dear. I forgot I streamed a new game, didn't I, on Sundays? So I changed my settings. Let's try that. Oh, now I've lost the chat. Oh, for God's sake. This is... You think I must do this on purpose? The amount of times I get this wrong. You know, I've been only doing it for several years. Right, I think I'm ready now. There we go. Aha! Action! Hello there. I'm going to start cutting this out of the VODs. Make myself look a bit more like I know what I'm doing. I've been thinking about streaming, said Shelley. For a moment there when I was reading it, I thought I was going to ask for some sort of tips or advice or anything. And I was going to say, just look what's happened now, and has happened for the past several years. Surely don't come to me for advice. Play games that I absolutely should play, but probably never will. Well, I may play them if I see somebody play them. This could be just a tonic to get me to play those kind of games, you know? You just never know, do you? Anyway, welcome Ollie, welcome Pete, welcome Emperor Sephiroth, welcome Total War Warhammer 3. Okay, I'd suggest starting with perhaps, I don't know, maybe Total War Warhammer 1. This must be a start for 10. I think I got it for free on Epic Games at some point, and it's in my Epic Games library, so there's no excuse not to try it, really, is there? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Hello Oliver, welcome, good evening. Well, we shall soon have to find out. But for now, I'll stick to playing games where I can play as England. How about that? For now. Right, anyway, good evening everyone, welcome. It's a Wednesday evening, it means it's now officially past the halfway point in the working week, which means it's downhill from here. Completely downhill. I don't know what it is. I mean, this is a good sign in some respects, but the working week just seems to fly by. I'm always so busy at work, and you can work at home 2 days a week, so those days tend to go very quickly as well. Before you know it, it's the weekend, and then of course the weekend goes very quickly, so the entire week goes quickly, and then the month, and then it's Christmas again. It's like the years are ebbing away so fast, and I think that's probably a thing that happens to you as you reach a certain age. You know, when you're a very young whippersnapper, maybe even before the age of 30, probably to be honest with you, you think, oh, I got all the time in the world. And everything just seems so slow-paced and glorious, you know, as you're partying every day. Get to a certain age and things just happen so quickly and your life is flashing before your very eyes. Anyway, enough doom and gloom. Okay, so Vampire Masquerade is one of the best first-person, third-person RPGs ever made. That is a high claim. That is a high claim. But I'm not big on vampires, you see. That's probably the issue. Didn't take about. If it was a fantasy-based thing, I mean, obviously it is fantasy, isn't it? But you know, it's like the traditional fantasy. I mean, vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's like space, really. It's just something that never clicked. But I liked Mass Effect, so it's not just about the setting. If the game hooks you, then no matter where it's set, does it? Let's be fair. Technically in this one you're playing as Wales. Well, technically speaking, in the Fleming Dynasty I was playing as Wales, because wasn't Cornwall part of the de jure Kingdom of Wales at the time? I think it was. So technically speaking, It's heavily influenced by the first day of... Well, if that is the case, then that is a very good sign, because I absolutely loved that game. I must have played that game 3 or 4 times. It was one of the very first games I bought for my very first PC, in fact. Way back in 2000? Must have been 2000. Oliver, you would love to see a final Sims 3 series, because there's so much content that has been added. I would, but I've said this before. And I know they changed something at one point where the DLC and expansion packs maybe were cheaper or something. But the issue is, it's so damn expensive to get all that content. At some point, I'm sure Crusader Kings introduced a kind of like a rental kind of situation where you'd pay a certain price and you could have all the DLCs for it. I'm sure they did something like that, like a bundle rather than buying them all separately. I'm almost certain I saw that at one point. Like Crusader Kings 2. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think The Sims 3 needs to do something similar, because, you know, sitting down to buy all them expansion packs, it could cost you like 500 quid. You could play an English vampire. Life lesson, people. You never have. Yeah, you never do. You think you do, but you never do. There's a song. In fact, it wasn't a song. This is my valuable tip to you people for the day. And then we'll play the game. I hate the fact that I can see my camera on screen, because I noticed that I don't look at the camera, as in you guys. I look at my webcam, which I'm looking at my own face, which makes no sense. So I'm going to take my preview screen off, I think, in the future. Life, it's like when you do... Sorry, I was going to go on a tangent about online Teams interviews and how people do that. They don't look at the camera, they look at their screen. Which is a bad thing to do in an interview, isn't it? Anyway, forget what I'm saying. What was I going to say? Life lesson. My tip for anybody that was born after 1997, which is probably a fair few... Well, I say fair few, probably not actually given my demographics nowadays. But anyway, if there are some people out there that were born after 1997, then my number one tip for the day to you, and even if you're born after then, you may still not have heard this song. There was a song by Baz Luhrmann called Everybody Wear Sunscreen, and it was him just talking with music in the background. And I'm not going to say anything else other than listen to that. 96. Is that when you were born, when the song came out? I think that was when you were born. So it was. I think the song came out in 97 or something like that. It was called "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen" by Baz Luhrmann. Google it, put it on YouTube, listen to it, because there's a very good portion of that song, or talking song thing, that is actually really, really, really something that people should take on heart, because there's a lot of life lessons in there and things that he says that, you know, I can't remember the lyrics of it exactly, but you should just listen to it and take heed of what he's saying, because as you get older you realise what he's saying is very true. Alright? And I want anybody that's listened to it after I've told you to listen to it to put a comment in the Discord, or put a comment in this video to say I've listened to it and you were right. There's some good things in there to take heed of. Like spend time with your parents, because you'll never know when they're gone. Alright, so that, yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, anyway, that's my tip for you today. Right, so let's just proceed onwards with this fantastic game and figure out what we're going to do today. So I did say in the last session that... You're all making me feel old, by the way. In the last session, I did say that this session was going to be focused predominantly on one man, and that's Segavax, who is going to be heading to the mainland to start converting as many people to the way of Christianity as he possibly can. So, yes, we still have to make sure that the kingdom is running smoothly, but in terms of taking close order to things, it's going to be Segavax's little story that we focus on today. Pagan. Who's pagan? Did I not tell... You're trying what I said to do last week, aren't you? I did say that I was going to put pagan as a banned word so that when you typed it into chat, it wouldn't show. It'd come up as asterisk or blocked or whatever, and I forgot to do it. Damn it. Oliver, good memory. Just testing it out. Yes, I've failed miserably. Oh dear. Well, you know, Segavax strike me down. Right, okay, so I seem to recall that I did all the building work off camera before the session, so all the building work is being done. I did an interest... I can manually ban them if you wish. Oh, feel the power. Feel the power. I shall leave that up to you, Shelley. Do whatever you see. I delegate that responsibility to you. Delegation is the key. Right. One of the things I found out when I became a manager 3 years ago is that delegation is the key to success. Delegating to the right people is the key to success. I should add a caveat to that. Okay. Right. Sir. I did a little test to see whether we could bribe the city, because I was kind of intrigued. I didn't really know if you could bribe rebel settlements, and we can, actually. And it cost about 20 grand to do it. But Segavax has decreed that there is to be no further expansion across Gaul until he gives the order for there to be further expansion, because there's much work to be done here to convert to Christianity, and he doesn't wish for us to liberate any more pagan settlements for now. So as much as we could capture it with troops, or we could capture it with the crossing of palms with gold, we're to hold fast for now. So that's it, everything is done. We're just hoping that we don't get attacked by the Alemanni or the Franks. We have pretty much got rid of the Western Roman Empire from here, and also the rebels have too. So there's nothing much for us to focus on other than the expansion of Christianity. So let us start Segavax's chronicle right now. He started his life in Del Reyda, where he studied and he honed his ability to convert the populace and became a very devout Christian man. I mean, let's just take a look at him once again, just remind ourselves here. Christian, he dislikes pagan ways. He's turned to conversion by the sword, as we have witnessed by the culling of 2 settlements recently. You know, some might call him a bit of a zealot, Christian teacher. He's also a pious man. I mean, you're not going to find a more devout Christian in all of the realm than anybody you can find, including any other person that seems to declare themselves Christian. I mean, maybe not that we are. You know, somebody that would sort of claim to promote the kind of ranks of Christianity within the realm. If you're Christian, you're Christian. It's good enough for us. You don't have to be quite as Christian as we are. You know, there's no different. There's no scales of Christianity around here. Just pray to God and say your prayers and your Hail Marys and all that, and everything will be fine. So yeah. He's now on his way to London, out of the country, to pastures new, and we are recruiting, of course, monks. 2 turns to recruit monks. You're having a laugh. Why is my screen not on maximised? Also, there we go. Sorry about that. More technical issues. What? 2 turns to recruit monks. I did not realise. What's that all about? What's that all about? Canadian. Okay, we've got some monks here. So what we'll do is we'll probably get the monks from here instead straight to Colonia Agrippina. There's slightly less, but there's enough. Because we're not waiting 2 turns for monks to be recruited. I didn't know monks took 2 turns to recruit. Of course they take 2 turns to recruit. Of course they take a year to recruit, says Segavax. You can't just get anyone off the street to become a monk, you know. They have to Bible study. There's no Bible here at the moment, I don't think. They have to study the scriptures or something. I don't know. They have to study something. There must be something around at this time. They have to study the scriptures, and they have to be trained. It takes time. It's not like training a soldier, hit things with a sword, very simple. I stab you, I stab you. None of that. No. You have to be an educated person to be a monk. You can't just... It takes time, okay? So, yeah.
General!
He's upsetting all the military, by the way. He just thinks we're simple. He thinks we're simple people to stab things. Did he say that? Yeah, he did. I'm not fighting for him anymore. Right, we seem to have got another army. Again. Flipping hell. We don't want to expand anymore. What am I going to do with these troops other than disband them at this point?
Sir!
I don't want anybody. God, this mechanic is broken. I understand them giving you, maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 armies in the early game to get you started. But, you get to the turn number that we're on at the moment. I don't know what turn number we're on specifically. Turn number... What are we on? Does it tell you what turn number you're on? It doesn't tell you what turn number you're on. But whatever turn number we're on at this point... The game, they should have said, well, the person playing, if they're still alive at this point, they're probably self-sufficient. So let's just put a script in it to say no more spawned troops because they're on their own from this point. That's what they should have done, I feel. Instead of having this performance every 4 or 5 years. Here you have another one. I don't want another one anymore. I don't want it. Right, okay. And of course he's bald.
Orders?
Indeed he is. There's Graal Knights here, there's lots of horses here. We have troops. We have self-sufficiency. I mean, we're still turning a profit. And it could prove to be a decent escort for our leader so that he's not on his own. But then when they get over to here, we might have to disband. I might trim it and not disband it in full, because having an army here and an army here, just in case the Franks turn up or turn against us, could be handy. So we might not disband all of them, but we'll just have to disband a few. So we will put them to use. And of course, he's been appearing out of thin air as a sign from God. Yes. It's a sign from bloody something. Right, so who is this man? He's 23. He's Cuneda ap Adern. Of course, he's bald. Praise Jesus. It's raining troops. Hallelujah, it's raining troops. Oh, amen. Right, he's a gatebreaker and a Christian. Of course, he's a Christian. He's got no skill. So where we're going to plonk this man? I think every settlement in Britannia has a general. So we're going to stick him in Samurai Breather, I think. We'll stick him in Samurai Breather. En route to where we're going.
Orders?
Right, perfect. So come here, come hither. We are going to disband at least one set of horses, though, because we don't need any horses. And perhaps one set of archers as well. They're very cheap, though. 3,900. What's in here already? Just peasants. Although there's a faction leader there, isn't there? Oh! Something that escaped my gaze last time, and I was like mousing over it as well and everything, and I didn't even realise. This man is the faction heir. Diviacus, the man that likes the finer things in life. Apparently, the gourmet of life. But he's a simple man that likes farming too. So to be fair to him, he likes lavish things, but then he likes simple things as well. He likes a bit of both worlds. Okay, yeah, he's our faction heir. Until our own child comes of age. Which should happen soon, I think. Ish. In 11 years' time. Merry Doc. We could give it to our son-in-law, actually, if we really wanted to, as a stopgap to prevent that old man from getting it. But he needs to prove himself. But then... yeah, he needs to prove himself. Diviacus has at least fought for us, right? He's at least been part of an army that repelled the Western Romans. So we'll give him his dues on that one. Whereas this guy is just about managing to keep the public order down in Tara, for example. So prove yourself a bit more first. Hello, Chan, welcome. You are late. Oh, yes, you are. I mean, I was late as well, to be fair. By 2 whole minutes, as Shelley pointed out. I've got to tell him off. He'll be dead before Segavax at his age. Unless Segavax gets trampled to death by rioting pagans. Of course. Let's not forget that. You think converting the populace is a risk-free task? Right, so the story of Segavax continues onwards then. So, until we have read the news, of course. Transgression! The Franks have stepped onto our lands. Where have they done that? Or should I be saying, why have they done that? Oh boy. Oh, it's because we have found a spy of theirs in Colonia Agrippina. Which, to be fair, could have been there from the Western Roman times. So we'll let that one slide. We'll let it slide for now. New family member, Nectaridus Wedlick. What is it with these names? I'm pretty good at pronouncing phonetically, right? I mean, obviously I don't pronounce things correctly if it's like a Hungarian word or something. Or Danish in the case of or Norwegian in pronunciation in the case of the what was the campaign that we did on the CK3? We go down's tail, you know. But like, we can't see the child's name now because he's not part of the family tree. It's this man, isn't it? It's it's not even him. Who's Wedlick? Oh, it's this guy up here. So yeah, but like. The consonants and the vowels are just the phonetics are jarring, is all I can say. They don't flow very nicely. Yeah, the phonetics are like really jarring. Anyway, so let's just sort the building work out very quickly, so we can focus on the more important things. More churches, please. More churches, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What about over here? Yes, everything is looking pretty fine. Thank you very much. The Franks. Other than the spy aren't doing anything silly, and there's no sign of the Western Romans, other than diplomats and stuff. Anyway, I kind of forgot, actually, also, that we got a ceasefire with the Western Romans, so we don't necessarily have to worry too much about them at the moment, do we? Look at that, we're almost at the same power as them. Bloody hell, fine, look at that. Diplomatic standing, Romano-British with the Western Romans. Of course, our relationship is a crock of crap, but at least we are kind of neutral with them, so to give us that breathing room that we need to convert the populace, you see. Anyway, so speaking of which, good old Segavax, the converter, faction leader Supremo is joining this army. Oh, hello, good sir. Cuneda, welcome to the family. If you don't mind, I'm going to commandeer your troops for you as we go on our grand adventure. For I have grand plans for you. You shall govern Tamara Breva in the north, make sure that the settlement is running smoothly. We've had a few issues there in the past, you see. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to take your men and I'm going to travel further eastwards to Colonia Agrippina, where I will commence God's work. Do you have anything to say about that? No, of course not, sir. I thought not. Right, perfect. At which point, fleet ready. The ships weren't quite ready for the arrival of Segavax. Aren't we sailing yet? I've got things that I really should be getting on with very shortly. Sorry, sir, the winds aren't favourable today. We're going to have to stay here. And we don't have enough food to get us across. Yes, but it's just a 20-mile stretch of water. That channel there is not very... Yeah, I know, sir, but we're just making the final preparations. Efficiency, I see, is second to none. In this fleet, Admiral Gorton. I see. I shall have to think onwards about who's commanding certain fleets that can't make progress post-haste. Isn't that right? Kuneda. Yes, completely right, sir. Completely, yes. We can't have inefficiencies around here. I agree completely. Good, we're on the same page. Anyway, Admirals, when you're ready, I'd like to go. Okay, sir. Hello, Crazy Cadet, welcome. So not only am I late, not only was Chan late, but the Admiral is late as well. It's a common theme here. Ooh, that seemed to be a Western Roman Empire army marauding around. That looked half full, really. Oh, why are the rebels removing themselves from the town? That's new. I've never seen them do that before. As soon as they're in, they just tend to always stay in and don't do anything. He's gone out, which would make it very cheap to bribe. But why has he gone out? Oh, he's actually going to physically attack. I have never seen rebels be this aggressive. I asked a question in the very first stream. Are the rebels in this game? Because I seem to recall in one of the Total Wars, the rebels started to become a bit more aggressive. They'd attack you if they saw you undermanned and stuff. And somebody said, nah, it's not in this one. What's that then? What the hell's that? And now he's off back inside. And now that rebel's gone out and he's moved. Where's he going? You must be so... I've not had a drink today, I tell you. I'm stone cold sober. I seem to who was it that... I mean, I hope he doesn't start attacking me. You having a laugh? You just stay there, pal. Good grief. Right, this place is going to need some peasants soon. Barbarians seeking plunder. I'm quite nervous now. Right, where are you going? Okay, they're just kind of floating about their own little settlement. It's like, oh, probably feeling very sorry for themselves. Oh, we're getting towards bankruptcy. We've lost lots of our lands. We're beset on all sides. Whoa, what happens to the glory days? The days of Augustus, Caesar, and whoever else ruled over a large empire at the time. It's all gone to rack and ruin. Nothing lasts forever. Another agent found. Where now? He's gone back in. Or has he? I don't know. This is very fishy. Very fishy indeed. Right, what are we doing next? What we're doing next is we are once again going to be building religious buildings, because why would we not do that? Which fool would dare not to construct religious buildings in settlements where there is space to construct a monastery? Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, we don't need to aid the spread of Christianity anymore. This place is 100% Christian. It's not the point, is it? It's not the point. We want a monastery. All right? Simple as that. Capiche? Right, okay. What's happening here? Not a right lot at the minute. thinking a dockyard. We've got some farm. Let's get some farming. It's going to be an expensive term, this one, I think. Augusta Trevorum. I think we should actually get some walls here, to be honest. Oh, we've got the walls, I was going to say, because it's on the border, so we should probably focus on strengthening where we can, you know. But that's fine. Farming tends to bring the most money compared to the roads and the other stuff. Okay, 30,000. You see, got plenty of cash. Plenty. I mean, we're probably losing money. 5 grand a turn, you see. 4,000 income per turn is not exactly lucrative. It's because of the flipping all the army that we've got going on around the minute.
Fleet ready.
Anyway, let's drop off.
Off the boat.
And drop old Kuneda off. Thank you for joining me on this journey across the sea, Kuneda, but now you must go. We must go our separate ways. Oh! Aha! People don't like him. He just steps inside and it's just caused a rumpus. Who's this fella? We were getting on fine on our own. Who are you? It's I, Kuneda up and down at your service. I don't care who you are. We don't like you. Why? Why has he put me here? These people are horrible. Oh wow. Trading 2 lots of peasants increases public order. Oh, probably because of the because it's taken for the population, maybe. Good luck, sir. Sorry, Jim. Good luck. And the reason why we are not starting in Samarabriva with our conversion therapy is because there's 17,000 people there. To convert that place would be difficult. But not only that, but when we're converting this place, it's suffering from neighbouring region spread. So, you know, neighbouring regions being here, probably being down here and here as well. But you know, if we can convert these two that have smaller populations, much smaller populations, convert them first, that will affect the neighbouring region issue with here, which would aid our conversion of this place and make it faster. If that makes sense. So that's why he's going to these settlements first.
Sir.
So onwards to glory. I kind of think we got off the boats a bit prematurely. We would probably be better off getting off the boats up there. So back on. And off we go.
Set sail.
Probably we just escorted him off, you see. Hello MW, good evening, welcome. Right, excellent. So this place looks rather happy. Which means we can extort a bit more cash from them, doesn't it? Of course it does. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, looking good. Right, I'm intrigued as to what this Captain Valerius is going to do. I am highly intrigued. Why are you walking around? Stay still! You idiot! You're a set of rebels, you're just supposed to stand there like these people and not do anything. Why are you marauding around? Like you actually have a purpose to life. Right, Berdigala, as I said, starting to struggle. Public order-wise. Maybe we should have bought him. Oh my god, it's gone unhappy again. What the hell is wrong with people? The Empire's turning to mush. 17,000 people in there. There's 16,000 people in here. That's the problem. There's too many people. Whose idea was it to keep them alive? These soft folk. I'm sure we executed these guys, right? We exacted revenge for the death of Aurelius. So why is there 16,000 still? didn't kill enough of them, did we? Right. Get another set of peasants. Right, anything that promotes public... let's look at what the public order issue is. Maybe we'll get an idea here. Squalor at 55% could be a problem, I think, potentially. So, let's have a look at getting some aqueducts or something. Not even got public bath, let's be fair. Let's be honest here. Public bath's not a thing. Let's have a look at public order here. What's the problem? Squalor at 60%? Okay, I understand your problem. We'll get public baths here as well. Oh no, we'll get aqueducts here? Okay, we'll get aqueducts here. Sorry about that. Let's focus on the public order situation. Oh no, we can't because we're already building something there. Why has it gone green? Mate, do you want to make your mind up, people? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Speak to me! God damn it, speak to me! Shouldn't have blasphemed me. Speak to me! By gum. Okay. But you need to build something. What are you doing? Sat there gawping. Right, let's have a market, shall we? Yes, indeed, I think we should. Okay, so building there, recruiting peasants there. Fine there, not fine here. These people are also happy. Too happy, in fact. Okay, Governor's Palace recently built. Let's go for a port, shall we? Yes, indeed, we should. You, sir,
Aye, Captain.
dropping off here, sir.
Off the boat.
Coming down here, and about to go into there. Now that we're in the presence of the region, we should get his bonus for converting to Christianity. Yes, we should. Look at that. Look at that. We'll have to tear these buildings down. Quite sharpish, which will cause a problem. So we're going to be 30% conversion, right? No, we're going to be... I think we're going to be 30% conversion versus 25, so it's going to be a very slow conversion process. So we have to take the plunge, and we have to tear down their buildings. There's no choice. There is no choice in this matter. This is conversion by the sword. If they want to rebel, let them rebel. They will be sorry. If they want to riot, let them riot. They will be sorry. But we are telling them how it is, and how it is these pagan shrines are nothing but falsehoods, and they shall be torn down and cast aside. Used to build brothels, you know, the remnants can be used to build brothels or something. Antoine, welcome, good evening. Right, now we can build some roads, and then a bath, and then we're done. We're not interested in any of this other rubbish, academies and arenas, unless it's Londinium, of course. The capital shall have it all. For the powerful South-North divide started in AD 389, when the North got nothing and the South got everything. Annie, good evening, welcome along. Right, we're happy there. We're happy there. They're not happy, but tough. Everything's going fine there for now. Everything's going fine here. And, of course,
Imperator.
our noble ruler is on his way to start more conversion. Everyone around here should tremble. The faction leader of the Romano-British is here. And no additional traits. He's brought his hunting dog along. As you would. Why wouldn't you? I wonder how his hunting dog got on the boat. What's happened? Inactive spy, inactive diplomat, inactive Rianarix Britannicus. Oh, he's diplomat. Spies, diplomats. Yes, because their work is done. There's one spy here, he's happy down there. There's one spy down here, he's happy down there for now. There's a diplomat down here, he's happy for now. Where's the other diplomat, by the way? He was from there. Do we have a second diplomat? I thought we had a diplomat up here. Just for emergencies.
Sir.
He's there. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah. They're idle because we're giving them time off until they're needed. Oh, there's a plague! There's a plague next door to us. There's a plague of locusts. I've read about it somewhere. I can't remember where. The plague of locusts is a bad thing. It's not locusts, though. It's disease. Plague. It's horrible. People come out in horrible boils and fevers, and then they died. Don't worry. Pray to...
Our fleet is under attack!
It's a good job our faction leader is not on this fleet anymore, isn't it? Well, this could have been catastrophic. Right, no, let's go. Victory!
The sea is ours!
What an absolute set of fools.
Fleet ready!
Right, you can sail back to Londinium now. Thank you.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain. Thank you very much for your... City expands. It's Arborecum. Yes, Arborecum. How do you pronounce the damn thing? New family member, Crispina. And Nectaridus Wedley. Is this the old one message? Nectaridus. Oh, it's a bit easy to say now. I don't know why I had a mind block. Nectaridus. Think nectarine, the fruit. And, yeah, off it goes. Right, okay, perfect. Okay, excellent. Oh, Tara. Ooh, Tara. Oh, ooh, okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. 81% Christianity. Well done, well done. You're doing a sterling job keeping the peace. Gwendolau. Not enough to be faction heir just yet, but, well, you know. Oh, he likes architecture. He's, okay, we'll take that. Arborecum will get an upgrade very shortly. Londinium's fine. Fine. How low is this? 69. Okay, peasants on the way. Fine. Ooh. Oh, okay, take it down, boy. Take it down.
Orders?
Because there's about to be a rumpus around here. Segavax strolls through the gates of Colonia Agrippina, and I'm sure the people have heard horror stories of what's to come, and they're probably right. I mean, they're already smarting, they're already reeling from having their loved ones ripped away from them and burnt at the stake. And what 2,263 that are left have now got this man coming on a grand, entourage through the gates, the leader of the Romano-British, and they know what's coming. There's only one reason why this man is here, and it is not good. No, it is not good at all. It is not good at all, for there are far too many pagans here for my liking. Far too many. In fact, paganism here... There's a pagan character in here. Who is the pagan character that has turned up in this area? You, a merchant, is causing paganism to spread because he's a pagan character. Well, would you credit that? I'll tell you what we'll do. Not a damn thing is what we're going to do. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll kill him. Send word to Sonora Breva. To, what's his face? Cuneda. I can never remember his name. Send word to Cuneda. I want a man proficient in the arts of putting snakes in people's beds, slitting throats on dark street corners, for there is somebody in my land spreading paganism, and he needs to be dealt with. So we're getting an assassin to deal with this situation. He's probably going to move on. There's no resources that he stood on, so he's probably looking for the next nearest resource. But just in case he decides to plot himself on a resource in our land, we have to make sure that we put him to death, which will be difficult because he's a 6 merchant, 6 finance merchant, which is actually pretty decent, so he'll be hard to kill. But hey, not impossible. And if we need to throw 15 assassins at him to get it to succeed, we shall send 15 assassins after him. It is perfectly and utterly, completely fine to do that. Anyway, meanwhile, in Colonia Agrippina, I know you're the faction heir, Diviacus, but if you don't awfully mind stepping aside whilst I'm here,
Sir!
I thank you kindly. Right, excellent. Now I'm in charge. It's time to start the conversion. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me inspect exactly what's happening around here. So, good old Segavax, with his bodyguard of men, bear down upon the local temple of Mithras. Eye it up and down and decide that it has to go, so yes. Now how best to deal with these kind of things, but with fire, I tend to find, so a great fire shall be had. Bring the pigs, we shall roast them on this fire and dine tonight on the ashes of Mithras's temple. Yes. Such contempt for pagans that he would do such a sacrilegious thing. Down it goes, and of course the people dare not bat an eyelid. They're not happy about it, but they wouldn't dare put a toe out of line. Their mumblings are to be had in taverns and in hushed whispers for fear of somebody overhearing them and burning them at the stake. Yes, precisely what we'd like to see, a pliable populace. Right, what's that you say? Well, I gave the order, Segavax, to build a port here to increase our trade opportunities with our neighbours and our fellow compatriots and comrades over in Britannia. I thought it was a very good thing to do. Is that right, Diviacus? You thought it was a good thing to do to waste my time whilst I am here, and you knew one was coming, to waste my time when I have temples to build. That's what the churches to build, rather. Sorry. That's what you thought would be a good idea, is it? I put you as my second in command because I thought you had some brains, but clearly I may have been wrong on this assessment. Could you kindly order the ports and the workers to stop building this glorified thing in the water, and tell them to turn their attentions to building a Christian shrine to start with, if you don't mind? Thank you. Of course, yes. Foolish of me. I just didn't think. I do apologise. Ah, exactly. Right, excellent. God, you can't get the flippin' stuff, can you? I tell you. Right, perfect. Right, we've got Christianity on the go. Wait, oh, China's now got an orange face all of a sudden. What's happened here? Because this is not a hermitage. That's exactly why they're unhappy. Gotta get a hermitage there. That'll perk the spirits of the people up. Right. Okay, that's fine. And oh, it looks like he may have come back now. He just went for a bit of sightseeing, didn't like what he saw, and came back. Yeah, that's right. Just stretching the old legs, which is what I should be doing more regularly, I think, to be fair. I've gotten back into my old bad habits. I do move around a bit more, but I don't obviously take breaks during streams. And I don't stand up at my desk, even though it's adjustable. Pretty bad, really. But I have moved around a lot today. I've been in the office, you see, so it'll be fine. Anyway. Nothing else to do. Building work is done. Everybody else is just ticking along nicely. And Segavax is causing mayhem in Colonia Agrippina. Oh, for God's sake. Am I going to get this every turn? Oh, I can turn it off. Can I not, idle agents? Idle. Can you turn off idle? Idle things? Character by death? Diplomacy? Disaster? Miscellaneous? Idle? Settlement? Idle resources. There we go. Right at the bottom! Can you believe that? The one I want is right at the very bottom. I've scrolled through the entire list. God's sake, right.
Dear friend.
They're enemies with the Goths, with the Sarmatians, with the Western Romans. They are allied with the Western Roman rebels. They want trade rights, map information, and an alliance. Any thoughts? Our economy has come a long way. It has indeed. It's not quite as healthy as it has been. We were turning like 7,000 a turn at one point, weren't we? But it's looking a damn sight healthier than the first stream where we were literally close to bankruptcy. I mean, I'm torn as to which one was the closest to defeat. The campaign with Shogun 2, where we were down to our last settlement and being attacked at the time, or here, where we were literally probably maybe 2 or 3 turns away from bankruptcy and a point of no return. Vandals are Christians, but they are Aryan Christians. Christianity is Christianity. And that's a good point, actually. They're Christian. So I feel like that we should be sympathetic towards these people. I mean, I don't know enough about Christianity or Aryan Christians to suggest, is that a bad thing? Would our branch of Christianity not approve of the Aryan Christianity people? Empress Sephiroth, I know you're quite good with history. Mainly Japanese history, if I remember rightly. But nonetheless, you may still have something to enlighten me with here before I make this decision. I'm quite tempted to accept. I mean, maybe we could just take out the alliance bit and just have the trade and the map information from them. But I think the map information is a sweetener for the alliance part, to be honest with you. And it's not as if it's like a total war game in the future where, because we're allied, we could be drawn into their fights, because they can't ask us to be drawn into their fights here, can they? So, we've both got good reputations. We both are Christian. And we both dislike the Romans, so although we're quite neutral with them at the minute, I think this is not actually a bad deal, to be honest with you. Their treasury is boundless, let's be honest, look at that. We could probably maybe ask them to pay for this if we was to counteract it, but I'm fearful that if we do, that this opportunity might be lost, and we don't really need the cash anyway. So, you know what? Let's do it.
Our thanks.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? They can't be that far away from us if they've come and wanted to speak to us. Hall of welcome. Oh dear. Good to hear you on the mend to some degree. Yeah, it's a nasty thing, is that disease? It really is. Diplomatic information, I didn't even read it. I don't need to read that. What did you read that for? Who cares about diplomacy?
Fleet ready.
It's all about the.
Set sail.
It's all about the. It's all about the faith. About the faith. That was a poor attempt at slightly tweaking a song. Right. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like a shipwreck would be best. In Dalrada. Tara, not doing too badly. That's fine. Londinium, yep, fine. Still not fine. How many flipping things? Maybe we'll get this done on another one of these. It should help. A little bit, maybe. It's looking a bit worse for wear. They are public order down there. No, that's fine. Fine. And of course, this is not fine. Christianity conversion is now at 35% on our favour to their 20. Characters in region. So there must have been 2 characters in the region rather than just the 1. But there's still 1 in the region, so we shall have to hunt him out. So now we've got 15% Christianity. And of course, we're going to build another Christian chapel here. Then, of course, a Christian church. Then, of course, a hermitage. All should powerhouse us towards Christianity. And then, once we've got those buildings built, we can move on to Augusta Trevorum and continue our conversion with Mr. Segavax. And put the tax up as well, because we need the money to build all these buildings that we're having to build. Okay, so Christianity has been spread here now. And of course, it's not the formal religion yet, which is kind of strange, because I'm Christian, the governor, and we have a Christian building here now as well. So that usually is enough to turn the population Christian, but it's not on this occasion. I wonder why that is. Interesting. Or maybe it's next turn it'll kick in. We'll see. Anyway. I feel like that when that switches to... when the settlement changes to Christianity, I feel like that's when the public order will tank. Because then we'll get the negative penalty for pagans being in the settlement. Whereas now we're probably just suffering the penalty for Christians being in the settlement. No, it's saying there, look, paganism is causing unrest. So the settlement should be Christian then. Yeah, look, official religion. Christianity, set by temple or shrine. Dominant religion, of course, is pagan. But this symbol in the past hasn't been anything to do with a dominant religion. It's been to... Oh, it is. Oh, it's not, no. Same there. I'm sure in the past it was the symbol had changed. Even when the dominant religion was pagan, but the actual set religion was Christian. It doesn't matter, as long as the mechanics are treating it as Christian, and that's what matters, and it is. So that's fine. Right, okay, so we'll build this Christian chapel, and then we'll assess whether or not we can actually move on, because I think we can. We don't need to take any of the troops out. The troops can stay. So all I need to do is move on. I forgot to give him his monks, but he can pick up his monks from here. And then he's going to do the same thing here. And this should be a lot easier, because there's a big army here, so we're doing more of the same here. And we'll crack on. In fact, we could probably... Oh, no, we'll stay until we got the buildings. Simply because, thinking about it, that our massive character in region bonus is coming from Segavax himself, so we'll lose that when he goes. So until we get the bigger buildings to help out, we'll keep Segavax here for another couple of turns. Okay, good. Now that's sorted. Nothing else for us to worry about, is there? No. Nope. Other than a potential plague. Quarantine! Quarantine! No trade with these people. They're diseased. Hello, Alex. Good evening. Good evening. The Franks have got a decent force. Not a big force, but... Wow! The Vandals are this close! It's a good job we allied with them. They're taking our settlements! They're taking our settlements! Who is supposed to take these? They need a new home, so of course they're going to take them. Look at them. Look at these barbaric people. Are these the Vandals? Yeah. He's down as pagan. I thought they were Christian. They're pagan. Maybe it was just their diplomat that was Christian. What's going on? We were lied to. They lied to us. Tell him we're Christian. They'll accept. Yes, we're completely Christian. Oh, excellent. Join us. The hell? Anyway, they're taking us. They're taking these settlements. Not that we need them. It's fine. The Serapeum is destroyed in an effort to destroy pagan influences in Alexandria. The Bishop of Alexandria has stripped the treasures from the pagan temples and displayed them in his churches. And well done, sir. In the troubles that followed, the pagans barricaded themselves inside the Serapeum, a most impressive temple dedicated to the sacred bull Apis. They were given safe passage, but promises to leave the temple alone were conveniently ignored, and a Christian mob was allowed to tear down the structure stone by stone. Hear, hear. What I say? Hear, hear. Which advisor lied about them being Christian? I can't even remember. Where is he? Where? He's run off. It's him. No, it's not. Who was it? Who lied? Anyway, look at this army here. It's more peasants. Procopius Ogulnius. If I had a child, I would be tempted by that name. Procopius. I quite like that name. Can you imagine calling a child Procopius in today's society? In school, could you imagine the bullying? What? I'm Richard. Who are you? I'm Procopius. You who? Mind you, children won't know the difference. Well, the children wouldn't understand. It'd be like, oh, hello, Procopius. How you doing? Oh, innocent. You know, it's only when you get to sort of high school and you get a bit switched on. What's your name? Oh, my name's Procopius. It's what? Yeah, I was named after a Roman person. Latin, you see. Latin? Well, weirdo. Thank you, Father, for this lovely name. Right, that's done, that's done, that's done. That's done. That's done. That's not done. Neither's that. Okay, right, let's do some building. But the public order seems to have slightly brought itself around, but we will continue to help with the public order by perhaps building a wall which helps with public order. We'll get other things as well that help with public order. Maybe at some point. At some point in the future. Summer Abreva. How goes it? I want some roads here. I think that's a perfect idea. Join up with the surrounding areas, allow trade to flow more freely, allowed us to travel more quickly. I'm going to be using these roads very shortly to travel across to Summer Abreva to convert your people. So the quicker I can get there, the better. Good plan. Good plan. You see, Diviacus, that's how you plan buildings. Just like that. Not ports when I'm about to arrive, you see? See the difference? Useful? Not so useful. The amount of bullying that kid would face in school. I know, but still. It's better than... What are they like, they're really... It's really bad to say it, but they're really chavvy names that kids are given by certain people. Like Mercedes and other things. That's a really bad thing to say, isn't it? That's really bad. It's really bad to say that. But it's like just like names that you see on Love Island and stuff. I could have named my child after that famous Love Island person. Really? Why? How about somebody in history? Cultured? Nah. Calling my child Pepsi Max. Right. That's under attack. That sounds like a very snobby thing to say, that, doesn't it, really? Am I a snob? Am I a snob? I'm not really, honestly. Okay. Let's change subjects quickly before I'm lambasted by somebody who's got a child named Mercedes. Right, okay, Christian Chapel. Have you ever watched Love Island? Have I hell? Have I hell? I was speaking to a colleague on Monday. We were out in Manchester. I'd got to do some interviewing in Manchester on Monday, and I thought I'd make an evening of it. Why go to Manchester and then come home again? And why not have a meal and have some drinks and get home at 10:30 at night? Why not do that instead? Much better. And yeah, we started. She asked, I don't know how. Some Love Island was mentioned somewhere on the lines, and I can't remember why exactly. But and she said, "Oh, have you watched Love Island?" I'm like, "No, don't be silly." She's like, "Well, I actually do watch it." She said, "It's crap. It's trashy TV, but there's just something about it that keeps you watching." I was like, "Come on now, seriously? Are you serious?" She went, "Yeah, look, if you watch probably 1 or 2 episodes, I guarantee you'll probably watch more than that." She said, "You're saying exactly the same thing. It's crap, it's trash, it's a load of balls, but you'll continue to watch it." You're from Manchester. Oh, cool. Do you know what? We'll have an interlude right now whilst I start to talk nonsense again. I've probably been to Manchester, God, now, over the past maybe 2 to 3 years. Probably started 3 years ago, right? I went to Manchester 3 years ago, just before lockdown, 2019, August time, and went there and had a really good time. Spent 3 days there, right? And then I went back the following Christmas. No, I didn't, because it was COVID. I went back that Christmas, so it was there in the August, then went in the December, so August, December 2019. And that was really the first time I'd experienced Manchester properly and been out in the nightlife of Manchester. And then I obviously started to go there for work when we were back in the office recently, and I've been over there a couple of times to meet a couple of people. And over the past year particularly, I've probably been to Manchester maybe 7 or 8 times, and I'm really beginning to draw the conclusion that it's a fantastic city. It really is. I quite like, compared to, Leeds is a good night out, don't get me wrong, and people that come to Leeds are like, "Oh, this is a really good place, a really good night out." But what you find with Leeds is that everything's in the city centre, which, it makes sense, well, yeah, but everything's kind of together or spread out or whatever. It's all kind of there. Whereas in Manchester, you tend to, what I found is there's like little areas. So like the Spinningfields area, then you've got the Canal Street area, you've got the kind of Deansgate area, and then you've got another little area somewhere else where there's all these little collection of bars. So Northern Quarter. So you've got all these different little areas. So I just think it's really fantastic. We were in a pub and my friend was telling me we were in the pub that was near to the train station, because I was getting my train home. So like, "Would you want to go to this pub here?" And as we were walking towards it, she said, "That pub there," which is like, it was an old traditional white Tudor-based pub, and apparently the IRA bombed this pub and destroyed it, but nobody got hurt because the IRA used to tell you there's a bomb here, and then long and behold, there was a bomb there, so people didn't get caught up in the crossfire, and the pub got destroyed by this IRA bomb in 1989 or so, whatever it was. And then they took all the rubble and stuff, and then they rebuilt the pub in a new place, which is, I don't know what the name of the area is, but anyway, I was like, "Oh, what a fantastic history of this pub." And anyway, went into it, and I don't know if it's that pub or the one next to it. And it's cash only as well. It's a cash only pub. I'm like, what? Cash only? I like it. Anyway, so there you go. So if you see me in Manchester, you buy me rum and coke. Castlefield Bowl. It was a great atmosphere. Let's see a gig. Hey, it wasn't like 2. When did we go into Manchester? We had a meeting in Manchester about 3 weeks ago, I think it might have been, and it was midweek. It was like a random midweek day. I think it might have been Wednesday night or Wednesday. I think the meeting might have been on a Thursday. I think it was Wednesday night, and we'd gone out for drinks. And as we were going back to our hotel at like 10:30 at night, there were thousands of people milling about and coming from somewhere. And obviously I didn't know Manchester, so I was like, where are these people coming from? There were just loads of them, hundreds and hundreds of people at like 11:30, half 10 at night. I'm like, there's obviously been some at a gig or some that have been turfed out from somewhere because God knows where these people have come from. It was very strange. Anyway. And one last thing before I continue onwards. You talk about if I run into you, you'll get me rum and coke, and it's like, you're never going to run into me, are you? Come on, what's the likelihood that anybody that watches me, the handful of people that do, are going to bump into me in real life? I mean, come on, what's the chances of that happening? And I'll always remember, I was doing a stream one Sunday, it might have been, and I was streaming, and I was like, as I do, I'll give you a bit of preamble and stuff. I was like, I went to Whitby. I went to Whitby today with my mother, and it was a horrible experience because I was stuck in traffic, and an hour. It should have taken about an hour to get there. It took me 2.5 hours to get there, and the same to get back because traffic was horrible. It was bank holiday weekend as well, which was the issue. And I was kicking off about it, and we had some nice fish and chips, so it was very good. And then somebody in the chat said, "I saw you in Whitby." And I was like, "No, you didn't." I'm thinking to myself in my head, "No, you didn't see me in Whitby. Don't be ridiculous." And he said, "Yeah, you were near a charity shop." I saw you. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I was near a charity shop because my mother likes charity shops and we were trying to get into a charity shop, but it was shut. So I was like, my God. And he was like, I didn't want to come in and disturb you. I was like, you should have come and disturbed me. I would have been like knocked sideways. So it could happen. It has happened already, although he didn't speak to me, the person. But yeah, it's a small world, as they say. 4th of June, went to the Big Spoons in the centre after. Oh, the Big Spoon. Oh, yeah, is that the one in Deansgate? It probably is. Anyway, so yes, there you go. I don't know how I got into this conversation, but anyway, the conversation is now over. We had a bit of a breather. And now we should get back to business, which is destroying pagan shrines and converting the public to Christianity, as we should do. Right, very good. I think we're done. Shelley, if you're going to go on holiday in Scotland, you let me know when it is. And rather than stopping by and saying hello, I'll probably holiday in Scotland with you. Do you know why? Because I've only been to Scotland. Bearing in mind I'm 39, I've lived in this country my entire life. I've only been to Scotland once. Once. To go to Edinburgh for work purposes. Other than that, I've never been to Scotland. So I would like to go on holiday in Scotland myself, to be honest with you. See the Highlands, see the Lochs, all that kind of sightseeing stuff that people do. Maybe even go up Ben Nevis. Why not? Yeah. It's supposed to be a really fantastically beautiful place. I've never been. Do it before they declare independence. It might be better to do it after they declare independence, to be honest with you. Maybe the prices will be cheaper. They convert to the euro. It probably won't be cheaper though, would it? Anyway. What we're doing. Did I end the turn or not? Or did I get distracted again? I think I got distracted. Stop distracting me, people. I'm trying to play a game here. I bet people that have missed the VOD or watched the VOD afterwards think, why don't you just, I'm going to swear that, why don't you just flip in, get on and play the game? You just witter on. It's like, well, it's part of the fun. I like to stream to engage with people and have a good time, you know what I mean? Playing the game is the sideshow, really. A suitable husband. Eutropia. What a name. Now that is a name. Eutropia. My son is called... I can't remember what my son was going to be called. Procopius. My son is Procopius. My daughter is Eutropia. Oh my God. Right, this guy's Christian. Good ambusher. Good talent. He's 3-star general. He's in. Who is Eutropia anyway? Must be mine. Oh, Tara has expanded and a new homeland for the Sarmatians. The Sarmatians are coming. The Lombardi are at war with the Roxolani. Just gone over my head that. Who are these people? Not a clue. Finally, a guy wearing the traditional Roman hat. I told you my story about the Curry Mile, right? When we ended up in the Curry Mile by mistake. I'm sure I must have told you that story, probably in a Christmas stream or something. I can tell you again if you wish. It was hilarious. Right, okay, so. Right, you're building. Where's this child being born? Where's this man being married? Probably Tara, right? No. Anyway, Tara's ready to upgrade, so let's upgrade Tara. Whilst we can. Whilst we can. Right, that's fine, that's fine. We now need to find where this betrothed has rocked up. That needs to grow as well. Okay, perfect. And you need to build something as well. Oh, this is going to be an expensive turn. Expensive. Okay, very good. Okay, that's fine. We're just trying to find... He's probably the son-in-law, right? So he's probably here. No. Yes, he is here. Oh, interesting. Right, perfect. We can teach him how to convert the populace. And he's got commands, so he can also escort us safely. Hello, Ambrister. Welcome. Right, Summer Breather. Oh, Avaricum also needs something. Oh, it's a huge city. It's so tremendously big. Okay, we'll just go in order. 24,000. 24,000. I mean, it's nothing exciting. It's nothing exciting, so don't get excited. Don't get excited. Oh, they've taken Massalia. Of the Vandals. Oh my god. We're going to save the building for next turn for these two because it's getting rather expensive. Did you get trapped? No, we didn't get trapped. Let's have a look at the conversion. Look at that. Ooh, an extra 5% because of the new Christian that's turned up. 40% Christianity growth. And, ooh, we can't hold off on the building here. Wow, what stupidity. What stupidity are we speaking of here? We need another church. Oh, bloody foolish. Talking about holding off on building. Don't be ridiculous. Right, 45% Christianity. Right, what we need to do now is we need to do a little something like this.
Orders! Orders!
To bring our son-in-law along. Yeah, look at that. My daughter's married off at 16. Both of them were married off like that. Bing! They hit 16, it's like, see you, love. Get yourself married. Make yourself useful. Bring us some useful generals. And, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on.
General!
Straight away. What do you mean what do you mean there's no room for us both? Well, make room for us then, you idiot. Yes, sir. Thank you.
General!
I do wonder about the brains of some of my people.
Imperator!
Oh, okay.
Imperator!
Okay, can we go back in now? There we go. Look at that. So that's there we go. Hello everyone and welcome to Conversion. Your lives will never be the same again. You'll have the greatest epiphany. You'll wonder why you have not embraced Christianity before now, in fact. I'm very convinced of that fact. And I'm also convinced of the fact that I didn't read the notes properly or the events, because there is a plague in Augusta. No, there's not a plague in Augusta Trevorum, but there's a man that's got the plague. This guy's got the plague. This spy's got the plague, not the city, right? Yeah, the spy's got the plague, and he's been in my city, and I've just taken my faction leader there. It's fine. God will not allow me to be struck down by some malady. And if he does deem it necessary that I have been struck down, then it is the will of him, and therefore I will embrace that. And see you on the other side. I don't know if Rome has fallen yet. Not sure. We will soon find out, because we're going to be sailing around there to finish the game. Right. So first task, as always, when arriving at a city that has such preposterous temples. An awesome temple of Mithras. This is quite a shame to demolish this, really, because it's an awesome temple. It actually bestows experience on my troops that are trained here. But it's got to go. Pile of rubble. Even with this large force, still negative public order. Such was the boon that temple brought to the people. Okay, now we have a battle on our hands. Starting with the Christian shrine. Let us convert these people swiftly. Swiftly, ever very swiftly. Neighbouring regions 35%. That's going to be a problem, because it's not going to get any better, because it's neighboured by regions that we have no control over. I think it's taking into account this, though, which is still classed as pagan. Rather strange, I mean, it shouldn't be. But anyway, maybe when the dominant religion becomes Christian as well, this will change, and it will help with the neighbouring regions issue. Because that's at 35%. This neighbouring region issue is only at 15%. So we've got to be careful here that we get this place converted efficiently. But it's going to be tough. We may have to stay here longer than we want on our campaign to convert the populace. But we're getting there. One down. 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. Oh, and they will go. Mark my words, they will go. Right, okay. Good stuff. I mean, I could be missing out on a load of things here that I am, but we're convinced, or we're not focused on anything else other than conversion right now.
Dear friend.
First of all, somebody died. Was it the spy or was it one of our characters? It could be the spy that might have died of plague. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Second of all, look at this! Good old Vindo speech giver here has decided that he too will convert by force. Old Segavax having a word in his ear, and he's like, yeah, I completely agree. Down with all pagans. Yeah, good to see. Good to see, Vindo speech giver. I have heard exploits of your speeches and togas and things. I quite approve of boosting the morale of the troops before battle. I completely do. But next time, just add a few prayers to God in there as well, if you don't mind. Just saying. Let's just add that extra bit of improvement, bit of constructive feedback. Anyway, look at this. They want an alliance with us. We're not going to take it, are we? They really are on their arse, aren't they? Their meagre treasury. No, how about just a trade? How about we counter offer that with some trade rights? Let's get this right, shall we? Let's get this right. Let's just start with the low scale things. Trade rights only, no alliance. That is my final offer, says Vindo speechgiver. I'm sure he probably had a few jests to make in there, but I'm not quick enough to say such things as he did in his speech. Just like that, you see.
A most generous proposal.
So he don't need a diplomat. He does all the talking himself, and he goes away happy as Larry. I've got trade with him. We've got trade. Oh, so happy days. They sure don't want to attack us now. They're a very reputable people. They won't attack us now. dear. I see trouble. I've just spotted trouble in the... I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. We've got a plague in our lands. We've got the public rioting. How did that happen? Artorius Sanctus has been affected. Does that mean dead? There's also a plague in Colonia Agrippina. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, no, it must have been a spy or something. Take the taxes down, you fool! Take the taxes down. What are you doing? What are you doing? Take the taxes down quickly. Okay, taxes down, taxes down. How's the conversion going? Conversion has stalled. It will improve once we have this building built. But conversion has stalled. We may have taken him out too soon, you know. I'm sure Segavax throwing missives away without reading them. Nothing to do. I think he's been to the school of Elquist for his slapdash manner. Right. If it's not Christianity, we're not interested. Okay, so we've got writing here too, but that's only temporary because that's now sorted. Retrain the troops, if you don't mind. And here too, if you don't mind. Perfect. How's Christianity going here? Very slowly. That's fine. We continue to build. We will go with the church, and this we will then go with a we will go with a chapel and a church. Then we will go to a cathedral. Then we will go to a basilica. Oh wow! And then we will go to hermitage, and then we will go to monastery, and then these people will see the light. We will not be beaten. We will not be bested. We will convert them. It is inevitable. It just will take a bit of time. Okay. Right, so conversion is fine for now. Has killed somebody. It's killed our son-in-law. Artorius Sanctus. Killed by the baying mob. My daughter's a widow at 17. Oh no. God's sakes. God willed it. What film is that? God wills it. Anyway, Crispina. My son-in-law has a daughter. I'm a granddad. Granddad Segavax at 48. It's young to be a granddad, that, isn't it? Look at that. Well done. You're coming along nicely, in fact. Right, excellent. Oh, enough time to unwidow her. That's the spirit. No time for mourning around here. That reminds me of an Eddie Izzard sketch, because I'm sure you're aware because I've mentioned it before, I'm sure, but he's my favourite comedian. I love Eddie Izzard, which is funny because I was out in Manchester, as I said about 3 weeks ago, with my colleagues at work, and one of them said, just got on to talking about Eddie Izzard. I can't remember how it started, but I said, I love Eddie Izzard, he's my favourite comedian. He was like, it's mine too. And we spent the next 10 to 15 minutes just quoting Eddie Izzard quotes from his stand-up at each other. It was glorious, because I've not really met another massive Eddie Izzard fan. Anyway, in one of his sketches, I think I can't remember which one it was, it might have been Definitive Article or whatever, but he was talking about the Romans and mourning, and how for important people they used to pay for mourners, as he put it, to beef up the grief. So it's a funny sketch actually. You should Google, you should put it on YouTube. Idiots and Mourners, and you'll probably get a clip of it. But yeah, he was. But obviously, it's based in history, based on reality, and he was taking the mick at how the Romans used to pay for mourners to make the person maybe even appear more important than they were. Look how many mourners are mourning this person. He was a very important man, and they just paid for the mourners. The Sky Treasure Island series. I've not seen that. I mean, I actually thought he was a pretty good actor as well, to be fair, but it's his stand-up that gets me, because he does a lot of mime and acting, which obviously, as somebody that likes roleplay, it just clicked with me. So he acts out and he does roleplay and improv based on kind of, he has conversations with himself. He plays like various parts and does voices and all sorts. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway. Which means that after I finish this stream, I'm probably going to watch. It is hard now because I've got it in my head. Right. Anyway, what am I doing? I keep getting distracted this evening. I do apologise, or maybe I don't. I don't know. But we need to build more stuff here, so we shall build more stuff here. We shall build some farms, actually. Oh no, Mr. Claudius is dead. Mr. Claudius is dead. Oh yeah. Then he started talking about like different levels. Like a catalogue of mourners. This is like the lowest offer, like the cheapest offer. You get 1 or 2 mourners and they'll just shed a couple of tears, and then for 500 denarii you can have, a bit more mourning, and then the top tier level of the package of mourners, you get the whole kit and caboodle. It was very funny. It's very funny. Obviously I'm not doing it justice. Right, anyway, moving on. Burdigala is still kind of stuck at 69%. What is significant about 69%? We won't get any less happy, but we won't get any more happy either. We're stuck here in this state of disgruntlement. Right, we've got a plague here. Nothing we can do about it other than continue to build churches and pray to God. Here, writing, subsiding, building more religious buildings and praying to God. It seems like a simple process to me. Carry on. Carry on, as you were. Sky Treasure Island. I feel like I should write that down. With my trusty pen and notepad that I now always have to hand. Because remember in the days gone by when I used to say, if only I had a notepad to hand. Well, now I always do. The joys of having a slightly bigger desk. You can have these things, you see. The Berbers are dead, by the way. Any Berber fans out there, I do apologise. Maybe you can buy some mourners. Right. Oh, look at that. I've turned to the page in my notebook that has the following written on it, and guess which game it's from. I've got Ember Twin, I've got Quantum Tower, I've got Ash Twin, and I've got Dark Bramble written down here. Now I'm going to add to that list Sky Treasure Island. I shall have to check it out. Thank you very much for the tip. Right then. What's happening? The Berbers are dead. Okay. I was thinking, that sounds like a bit strange music. I've never heard that before. Right, Berbers destroyed, death starts to land, more people are dying. Which means we shouldn't really retrain the people because they're just going to die again. So let's just let them die first and then we'll retrain at the end. Right, they're doing fine. You're doing fine. Ooh, gone to orange phase. Okay, you're doing fine. Building-wise, building, not building. Let's get something else that's going to make people happy. How about a large stone wall? No. About some farming. How about some more public sanitation? Because I'm sure that it's probably squalor at 70% that's causing the problem. Let's get some of those lovely Roman aqueducts that they were famous for, as trailblazers for architecture that they were. central heating and the lot. You know what I mean? They were far advanced for their time. Right, plague, but hey, Christianity is stalled, but it is soon to be getting better. And here, why do we have a red face? 64%. A minute ago we were fine. Oh, there's a plague here now as well. Oh no, it's spreading like wildfire. Put me in charge. Now. This is very bad, not quite bad. We need to replenish these people because these people are keeping the public order and we need to keep them up. There you go, look at that green face. Oh, Jesus. We are literally, we've got bloody people, torn our temple down. And now we've got people dying in the street. What a lovely city, what a lovely large city, what a lovely city to be in right now. My God, if you're a citizen of Augusta Trevorum, you're thinking to yourself, let it end. Let's hope this Christian God gives us a bit more. He's already sent a plague to us. Maybe he's testing us, I don't know. We don't like this. Don't let him hear you say that. We don't like this Christian God. He's cursed. Shh. Are you stupid? Have you heard what he does to people? I don't care. I just want to end it all. I'm sick of it. My wife died of plague. Oh. I'm not with him. Honestly, I'm not with him. I don't know who he is. Ooh, what was that? That looked like an attack. Who was attacking? Who was attacking what? Where? How? Why? Anyway, we don't have to worry. We've got trade with the Romans. They don't want to attack us. They were begging for an alliance. Right, it's time for my dinner now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off the building work around the land very quickly, and then we will have a little interlude for a second. Okay, any more religion? No, that's fine. Right, good. Oh, God. It's just never ending, this, isn't it? If we could delegate this task, I'd be happy. Right, these are rather expensive, and we are looking a little bit worse for wear in the coffers. But that's probably worth it, and it's not going to take us over budget right now. Everywhere else is building, apart from here, which will need a Christian church, of course. No questions asked there. And Colonia Agrippina really does need a hermitage, which means that we shall hold off on that for now. Okay, excellent. So building, not building. People unhappy. More people. Okay, and churches all around, and plague all around. Any more traits for you? Nope, still a pious man. Any more traits for you, Mr. Vindo? Conversion by force. You knew that already. And any more traits for you, Mr. Factionaire? He's a Christian teacher. Look at that! They're cottoning on. They're cottoning on to what they need to do. Which has bumped him up to 25%, you see. In addition to the building that was finished. Right, give me a second, I'll be back. Righty-ho, back again. I'll maybe just have one more turn before I tuck into my West Indian pork and rice. We were pretty much done, weren't we, really, this turn? What's happened? Oh, I didn't even check the news. Diplomat! Oh! Diplomat gone. But the Vandals have taken 2 lands here and seem to have vanished with the rest of their forces. Hopefully they're not looking at us too closely. Why would they? We're allies. Why would they do such a silly thing? The Burgundy have gone astray. That's pretty much it for that one. Right, let's get... now we'll get the dockyards here. That's done. Tax is looking pretty decent. We'll probably put them up, to be fair. But do we want to risk it with the plague going on? I don't think we do, to be honest with you. I know that people can get a little bit temperamental. Was that a proper end turn? No, it wasn't. Because of the news thing. Thinking, I've already built that church. Why is it still on 3 turns? Because we didn't end the turn properly, that's why. The Western Romans are trying to negotiate a peace with the Vandals. Oh, how the mighty do fall. Are you in our land there, sir? Do you wish to assess what you are doing? I was you, I would seriously reassess what on earth you are doing. Something is broken here. Oh, from the rioting. They broke the sewers. Plague is still prevalent. The Western Roman Empire also now allied with the Vandals and the Huns. What are they playing at? Maybe they're trying to buy themselves some time so that they can counterattack at some point in the future. Who knows? We're getting 7,000 a turn now, which is actually quite healthy. A couple of buildings left to build, which we will get to next time in this. Well, after I've eaten. Ooh, hey, oh, that doesn't look promising. Get that down there. Okay, buildings we'll sort out later, or I'll sort it out when I'm eating, and in between chews, you know. Do you know what? I'm going to chance taking that tax rate up to high. Conversion's going well. 54% Christianity. Now we finally get a proper Christianity symbol there. And we get one here, even though it's not. Oh, Christianity, 64%. Characters in region, 65%. Jesus. I've got a conversion delegation here. If I take those 3 characters everywhere we go, we'll convert them in, poof, blink of an eye. Why take just one general when you can take 3 that are devout Christians? We've got a little right conversion machine in the waiting here. Oh yeah. This seems like the perfect opportunity to spread Christianity around the lands very quickly. So it's, yeah, it's not even 3, it's just these 2. Look at that, yeah, look at that. Conversion by force and Christian, together with Christian teacher, conversion by the sword, pious man. Oh, so he says, oh, it's slightly different. Look, his is conversion by the sword. His is conversion by force, which isn't quite as higher level as by the sword. It's kind of just about there. Yeah, we'll smack you. We'll smack your wrists if you're a pagan. Whereas he's like, no slapping wrists here. We burn them. Oh, I'm just coming to terms with that. I'll just slap them for now. So yeah, with these 2 together, you get a whopping great big massive conversion percentage, which is pretty cool. Anyway, plague has gone from here, hence why the public order has gone a bit happier. So we shall now replenish the units properly and continue with our build policy of all religious buildings. And yeah, conversion here should now be much quicker. We don't have to check in on it anymore because we're satisfied that it's predominantly Christian. The public order's fine. Just keep building the buildings. No need to check in anymore. Here we do keep checking in just because of the plague. Once the plague is gone, and Christianity is already the predominant religion, once the plague has gone, or why wait till the plague is gone? Are we plagued?
Move out.
Yes, we carry the plague.
Imperator.
Or we're not plagued, but we carry like the plague with us, so we could spread it. So yeah, when the plague has gone, we take these 2 out with the monks, and maybe with just a little bit of an entourage, maybe one set of Graal Knights and maybe some of the mercenary horses, just in case we get attacked randomly by some rebels that are in the bushes. And we move on to Samurai Breather, because these 2 would convert this place no messing. 19,000 people need converting here. No job too big. Between me and speech giver Vindo here, I do the force, he does the talking. He's a good cop, I am the bad cop, says Segavax. Well, that's not even a thing in these times. What is that you're saying? This metaphor thing? I don't know, I've heard it somewhere. Right, so yes, we will go together, we will take Samurai Breather and convert it by force and sword. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, cool. Neighbouring regions has gone down, you see. Gone down. So that's going to help us massively as soon as we tear their building down. Their pagans aren't going to have a chance. All 19,546 of you. Dogs. Good guardsman, bad guardsman. That's the one. Right. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 10-minute break for dinner. It's only a 10-minute dinner. It's not that. It's quite quick to eat this. I'll do the building work whilst I'm off camera and muted. And when I resume, we shall finish the session off. Because I'm aiming to finish about 10:30 today. I shall finish the session off with some more conversion, focusing on the conversion. And then once we have converted, it's not going to happen today, but as soon as we converted Samara Breva and then Aviricum, I was going to say we could advance to Pastures New, but Pastures New have kind of been taken out of our hands. So, and we're at peace with the Western Romans and the Franks, so we're at peace with all our neighbours. So the question will be, once we've converted the entire land to our way of thinking, what do we do next? That's a question for another day, of course. Right, yes, so I'll be back at 6 minutes. Have a drink, stretch your legs, and we'll continue onwards. Righty-ho. Okay, back again for another 45 minutes or so. Righty-ho. So, finished the building work. There's one land that we didn't build in, which was here because of finances, but everything else is fine. I did kind of notice whilst I was eating that if we do remove our people here too soon, we lose 65%, which would put us only at plus 20% Christianity conversion compared to the 30% for pagans. So we would actually be in a deficit. So we've got to wait until we get the all of the relevant buildings to tip the percentage into our favour. Should we remove both of them? The only other alternative would be just to remove just the one and leave him in as normal. Don't know. We'll play it by ear. It's the strategy here. The well-known strategy of we'll just wing it. Yeah. Right, in terms of the other, let's just have a quick check-in with how things are going, because I feel like this is probably how most people play Total War games, to be honest with you. We've advanced a few turns, and I've not really checked a great deal of things, because we're not at war. But it feels like to me, wow, I'm going too fast. I don't like it. Being a slow player. So let's just take the time. We're just going to take a quick peek at some of the other stuff, just to make sure that we're not missing any tricks, which we probably have, to be fair. But the Franks are not looking too shabby, but we'll check the relationship out. The Alemanni still got the plague down here. I wish they'd go away. They brought it to us in the first place. The Romans are kind of meandering. This is our land, is it not? Or is this the Alemanni's land? No, this is yes, this is our land that they've decided they want to walk along. Probably couldn't care less, to be fair. They've already been at war with us once. They're thinking, well, what's the difference? We're on death's door anyway. What's the matter? We might as well just bloody chance it. Yeah. So if we go to the screen, actually, it's probably better. Don't know why these are all negatives. +1 to unrest. Sure, they're not in a Christian place. I wonder if they do get remarried. Do you know when they've got? Well, I don't know. Does anybody know that? Answer to this question: where if you have a daughter that gets married and then ends up being a widow, do they remarry? Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think they do. You know, I think she's screwed. I think she's screwed for life. When did he get a quartermaster, by the way? It's probably noted, sir, on one of the scrolls that you burnt without reading it. Ah, right, yes. I should stop doing that, shouldn't I? It's up to you. You're in charge. Okay, fine. So, faction leader. 165 turns left. Still plenty to achieve victory. We only need 5 more settlements. We've won 60 battles, we've lost 6 battles. We are 3rd in the ranking overall, 7th in military, because we're at peace. 3 for production, 3 for territory, 3 for financial, 3 for population. So obviously we're behind the Western Romans still and the Eastern Romans, but other than that, we are the third. We are the third team, if you will. Back in the days when it used to be the big 2, Manchester United and Arsenal were the big 2, and then you had like Liverpool, who were not quite on the same level, and they were kind of just finishing 3rd every season. We're the Liverpool of the kind of, what year will that have been? Sort of the early 2000s. Yeah, clearly the 3rd best team, but not as good as the top 2. That's who we are right now. So that's not for bad reading, but we're trading with so many people. We have one set of allies. We have no enemies because we're a loving people. Christianity teaches forgiveness and love and all that kind of stuff, surely. So that is why we are exactly as we are. We're just not loving to pagans, which all of those people are probably pagans that we're trading with, but we can foresee that for a minute or two. Because we can't be at war with them all the time, you know. We've got to pick our battles. Let's convert our own people before we start looking on other people's doorsteps. But let's take a look at the top 5 rankings, shall we? And we can see that the Eastern Romans are off the charts. It's a good job we're not next door to them, and it's a good job they don't dislike us, because that could be quite a problem for anybody that crosses their path. The the starting of the Byzantine Empire as they are. The Western Romans have fallen, but they're beginning to steadily increase because they've played it smart. They have decided to ally with people who are most dangerous to them, and those people that are most dangerous to them have rather foolishly accepted the alliance, giving the Western Romans time to replenish numbers maybe and recover coffers. And then turn around in the future and say, "Ah, suckers!" We shall see. Third is us. No! Third is Assassin. This is overall, right? We were down as the third best. Third best. Third. Oh, I'm picking the wrong faction. This is the Franks. Ugh, idiot. This is us. Yes, we are third best. Not by much, though. Got Liverpool, Chelsea, as we were in the late 90s, very early 2000s, kind of Leeds, where we finished third one season. Might be 1999. We were going to the Champions League semi-final. So we were doing something right at the time. Sassanids and Franks. So Franks aren't too far away from us, and they're our neighbour. Sounds like it could be a recipe for disaster. Anyway, this is also important. Diplomatic standings. So, what do people think of us? So, let's just focus on our neighbours, shall we? The Franks. Relationship 59%. That's interesting. Even strength. Our reputation is 73%, is it? Was that theirs? No, that's theirs. Okay. So, war not imminent, but not impossible. Because their reputation, they've obviously done something bad, because their reputation will have been 85%, it seems to be the standard. So it's gone down. So they've done something sly, something nasty. So, and given the relationship is marvellous, they could decide that, you know what, we quite like the look of them lands you've got. Now that the plague's gone and everything, I think we'll have them. Okay, so we'll have to just keep an eye. If anybody's going to attack us next, I think these guys will be the next to attack us. To be honest with you, I bet some people that are watching, if you're still there, anybody out there, you will say, we want them to attack you. We want some action. We want you to have to defend your lands again. This conversion stuff. Segavax says we will convert, and that's what we're doing. Western Romans' reputation is actually very high, so they stick to their guns, which is actually fair enough. So now that we're there, we're kind of trading with them, and we've got a ceasefire. Do we expect them to turn up their blades on us? No. They are stronger than us, but they're spread out very thinly, so that strength is diluted. Not concerned. They've got other people to worry about before they get to us, you know. They've got to get through the Vandals first, for example, here. Okay, maybe here they could attack us from here. Maybe here. But we're not concerned about them. So they're the only two, really. I mean, the Alemanni, sorry, who are here. And, yeah, relationship, not too bad, but we are massively stronger, so they probably wouldn't get too frisky. But they've got a very good reputation as well. Highly respected, so we wouldn't expect them to turn either. So, yeah, the biggest threat to us, the Franks, as we would have guessed, to be honest, without the need of any in-depth analysis. We're not looking at that. Family tree, we've seen. Here's the active family at the moment. Of course, it works a bit differently as this kind of faction, in that the faction heir doesn't necessarily have to be a member of your direct family. It can be, as we've seen, another random general, which it is in this case. But for now, only 6 more years for good old Meriadoc to be of age, who will then accompany us everywhere we go, so that we can basically brainwash him to be a devout Christian too, so we can continue our Christian ways for the rest of the campaign. And that's pretty much it, really, for analysis. Nothing else really interesting to go over, unless we want to aha! Plus 5% to Christian conversion. Why does he need it? You don't need that. I need it. I'm converting people. Why haven't I got an anchorite? Says Segavax. What the hell is that about? I don't like the look of her. Nah, I don't know. Maybe if we have both, an anchorite and an anchoress. That could be plus 10. Would that work? Hang on. Hang on just a second here, people. Hang on just a second. So if we get an anchoress and an anchorite from you, it's technically the same follower, but it's not, because one's an S and one's an ite. So we could probably have both. They both provide plus 5% to Christian conversion, which would make him on his own a conversion force. Oh boy, look at that. Oh no, you can't. You can't. I don't think you can. But the anchorite hasn't. Oh. The anchoress is showing, but where's the anchorite? The anchorite's not showing, but the anchorite hasn't moved from here. That has moved from here. No, look. Only the anchoress is coming. I didn't want her. I wanted the male, if anybody. Are we picky? An extra plus 5 is better than nothing. Maybe we give him one. No, we don't. Do we give him one? Because his settlement is neighboured by so many different things. Him having an anchorite might be handy. Because then we can go a little smidgen earlier. So it came from him. Yeah, look, his anchorite is gone. I wonder if that's a glitch, you know. I wonder if the anchorite is vanished into the ether. Because we can't have two, but the game hasn't recognised the fact that they should put him back where he came from, the anchorite, and they haven't done it. We literally really only have the one. Okay, we'll end the turn and see what happens. But that's a bit strange. I didn't think we'd be able to have both. It did seem a bit strange to be able to have both, because it's the same followers, just one's male, one's female. But you know, in terms of what's going to happen to that other follower now is a good question, which we shall soon answer. Right, what's going to happen for the rest of the week? Well, nothing still planned. As per Sunday, nothing's changed. A week of normality. Back in the office tomorrow. Working from home Friday. Going out to my friend's house on Friday. Going to my friend's house on Saturday. But healthy eating though now. I'm on my regime now. I put on 4 pounds in 2 weeks. Not happy. So, and then Sunday, chilling out, watching the Hungarian Grand Prix, playing football. It's a carbon copy of last week. Oh, I had my fun and games on. I had my fun and games on Monday because I went to Manchester, didn't I, for my interviewing, so that was a bit different. And it's the first time I've actually done face-to-face interviewing, because all the interviews that I've done have been over Teams. So that was cool. And then a night out. Oh, and also, so I went to a place. Can we have a bit more chit-chat for a bit? I went to a place, because I can't do the two at the same time, you see. I'm a man, I can't multitask. I went to a place called Tampopo. Now, Mitchell, you live in Manchester, you've probably heard of it, right? Because I don't know if it's... I've Googled it, and it only seems to be Manchester, because there's no one in Leeds. And when I Googled it, it was like all Manchester addresses. Anyway, it's a nice little Thai place. Delicious food. Delicious. I had some Thai crispy noodles in Thai curry sauce with chicken. Sticky wings for starters. And my colleague had the same curry because she recommended it, and I love Thai curry anyway. And she had the wok fried greens, and I'm thinking, I don't like greens. You should for herself, she's got them. She said, "Do you want to try some?" I said, "You know what? I'll try some." And I don't know what it is about Chinese, Thai, But if you've ever had Thai broccoli, Chinese garlic wok fried broccoli, it is delicious. Oh my god, I've never tasted broccoli as nice in my life. And it was the same with these greens, the bok choy and whatever else was in it. Full of flavour. It's probably this loads of shite they put in it, you know, all the MSG and stuff. But they tasted fabulous, really delicious. It was like I could just eat this plate of greens on their own. They were so flavoursome. I've never tasted green stuff as nice as I've had in Chinese and Asian restaurants. So yeah, we went to Tampopo, and then as we were walking to the pubs and the bars to finish the evening off, then I said I was to that pub with the history. What did I see, which I've never seen in the UK before? They've been in the UK for a little while, but I've never seen them. Cinnabon on Deansgate. I went to Cinnabon. I was like, I saw it from a distance. I'm like, look at that! I'm off in there. I want one. And don't get me wrong, it was very nice, but was it worth £3 for one? Probably not. But it was nice. I got home, I put it in the microwave, warmed it up, and had it with a cup of tea. It was delicious. And that marked the end of my treats, because I said, after that day, I said no. I put £4 on, I've got to stop this off. So what did I do today? I was in the office. I took a sandwich as normal. You know, I'm on healthy eating. I'm even back on the shakes. The protein shakes, the diet protein shakes that give you, it replaces my lunch basically when I'm working from home now. Not every day. I'm going to get back down to my fighting weight when I was slim, trim, when I did the health and fitness challenge. I'm looking at about 12 stone 10. I'm 13.6 at the moment. So basically I was in the office today and my friend was there and he was like, I'm off out to the pub for lunch. No, it's not the pub, there's a bar. There's lots of bars where we work nearby. Very cosmopolitan it is at the moment. I'm off for lunch, off for a drink, and I'm about to eat. Because in the civil service, you can actually drink alcohol for lunch and come back and work. It's like this was an alien concept to me when I was in the police, because obviously you would not be able to do that. So yeah, I was like, and I'm one of these people. If you offer me to go for a bite to eat or to go for a drink, I never say no. I've got no resolve for that. It's like, I'm off out to the pub. You want to come? Yes. I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm on a diet. Yes, I will. Oh, I'm just having this lovely dessert. Do you want to get a dessert yourself? Yes. The words just tumble out. So yeah, we went to I can't remember the name of the place now, but anyway, we went to a bar that was literally next door to our building, and had some lovely fish goujons with some tartar sauce. And a Captain Morgan's and Coke at lunchtime. I mean, what the hell? I'm supposed to be. So yeah, but I pulled it back. I had a healthy breakfast of bran flakes, and my dinner was healthy. So I've just about pulled it off. So yeah. So in terms of my week, actually, when I look at it, Chan, the reason why I got into this conversation was because I was thinking to myself, well, I'll just do the normal week. But no, actually, I've done a couple of decent things. You know, bit of a little liquid lunch affair, flash food. Nah, it's fine. Manchester trip. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, something else will crop up between now and Sunday that takes me by surprise. Maybe I'll just jump in my new car and take it for a spin just because it's a new car. Just top it up with fuel and let's just drive to, I don't know, Blackpool or something. The Romano-British, we're the most advanced faction. The Emperor has ended the Olympics because he's deemed them to be a pagan festival. Fair play to him. And they were never held again. In this, well, they must have been held again at some point. Because these events are based on real history events, so at some point in this time period, the Emperor will have called an end to the Olympic Games. Surely. England would have been final. Shelley, what's happening in the Germany game? I know they scored, because I saw your comment. Are they still winning? And Sir Mount, welcome. My scalp looks from that. I thought I'd roleplay for the situation. You know what I mean? For Sunday, I'm gonna have to order a wig, Boris Johnson wig for Sunday. Democracy. Get into the swing of it. But today I've come distinctly bald. Indeed I have. I've gone that extra mile. You know, that's the kind of guy I am, you see. 2-1 Germany. Oh, they won. Okay. Who's putting money on Germany beat? It could be men, it could be women, it could be flipping under 15s. Who's betting that it's going to be Germany win against England on penalties? Come on. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. I ain't watching it. I'm not that dead. I'm not. If it's a choice between streaming and watching that, I'd rather stream. The issue would be if most people want to watch it, then it's gonna. Then I'd delay it for people that want to watch the stream too. But I'm playing football anyway on Sunday, and the kick-off times are from 5 till 7. We usually play around about 5:30, 6ish. So by the time I finish playing football, I'll probably watch the rest of the match in the bar where I play football. So that game should finish at 6:45. So I'll probably end up streaming at 8 o'clock, which is the time I streamed last week, to be fair. Penalties has to be. I'd put everything I own on that to happen. Exactly, right? Oh dear. Anyway, I kind of apologise to anybody watching this as a VOD because I have rambled on today, but I feel like I've got so much to say, so many nonsensical things to say today that I keep having to stop playing to say them. Because I also want to say that once I finish playing Democracy 4, which will probably go for another 2 or 3 streams tops, I would reckon. I don't even think we're going to get re-elected, to be honest with you. If I look at this, I re-looked at the position that we're in, and the statistics aren't looking good. The voting, the happiness, not looking marvellous. So I'm not overly confident that we're going to get re-elected here. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, did we get our follower back? No, we didn't. Right, okay, our follower has gone missing. I think we found a glitch in the game. Basically, we've lost a follower. We've lost a follower. The anchorite and the anchoress have merged into one. We've lost one. So, yes. So when we get assassinated or we don't get re-elected, as Mr. Prime Minister Green, who has probably, he's like Churchill. I'm likening this to Churchill because Churchill had a term before the war, and then after the war they weren't interested in Churchill anymore. Like, yeah, yesterday's news now, Churchill. You won the war for us, bye. And then he got re-elected again, didn't he? A little bit later. And I feel it's like that. So Prime Minister Green had a couple of terms in Democracy 3, got the country round, and then they're like, oh, we're all green now and all happy and healthy. We don't want you anymore. Bye. Kicked him out. The country went, another party came in. Boris Johnson, lookalike. Descendant and what do we call it? Ancestor, and ruin the country again over a course of maybe, I'm saying maybe longer than the Churchill situation, but maybe like over a course of sort of 10, 20 years, the country went back to being an unhealthy, haggard place again. All the policies that he'd implemented 20 years ago, gone. And people were like, no, it's just, no, we don't like it, we want it back again. So Mayor Green, Mayor of London at the time, came back as Prime Minister 20 years later to do it all again. He's like, I was Prime Minister 20 years ago. This is unprecedented. 20-year gap between terms. I mean, my God. But here I am. If you want me, I am here. And so he got elected in. And the people so far are like, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not as happy with you as the first time. Maybe we've made a mistake. That's what's happened. So we'll see if he did make a mistake and ends up not getting a second term this time around. It'll be interesting to see. But anyway, the reason why I'm talking about this in my rather long, convoluted manner is because I'm going to play a second playthrough of this, right? Now hear me out here. It may not work. It may fall flat on its face, but I'm going to try it because I like a good role play, right? So in this game, it went unknown to me until yesterday that you can, as the song plays, you can name the cabinet members, which is like really cool. That's fine. So it's just this that we have to worry about. One more turn for this church, and we're waiting for. It's gone down to 40%. There must have been another family member. There must have been somebody else in this region that was adding to our 40% somewhere, somehow, somewhere, and that's now vanished. Strangely, maybe it was that Christian vandal person that convinced us that it was that the rest of the flipping faction were Christian. Anyway, get that done. Get the next buildings built. We'll carry on. Wasn't it your son-in-law? No, he died. He died ages ago. He died like 2 or 3 turns ago. God rest his soul. I've already forgotten him erased him from the history books. Okay, no more plague. No more plague. We can move, but we can't move because if we move, we're going to lose Christianity. Why are you? Why? I am governor here. Stop trying to take over my job here. When I am in charge as a faction leader, I run this town. Not you. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. So yes, we will continue to build here for the time being. Anyway, everything else is done. So we shall end the turn again. Our money is slightly dwindling, unfortunately. Anyway, you can name the cabinet members. You can name the cabinet members to anything you want, basically. So my proposal, my thought was, in the second playthrough, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys if you want to be one of the ministers. So I think there's 6 ministers, right? 6. So 6 of you that are watching along and want to take part in this little bit of a role play that we're going to have.
Think very carefully before you reply.
Oh dear. We'll get to this in a second. So yeah, if 6 of you want to take part, you can put your hands up. I might just do a quick something on the Discord for. Oh, we're not playing as England again. No, certainly not. I draw the line even at that, to be honest with you. Yeah, come on. Germany, France, Italy, USA could be a good one. I want to play somewhere that's not easy. 3, 4 stars. So any of the easy ones, Canada is out, too easy. So yeah, somewhere with a bit of a challenge, somewhere different. 6 of you that are watching along can put your names forward. Or anybody wants to take part can put their names forward to be ministers. And if there's more than 6 that put their name forward, I will then pick 6. And you will be the ministers, which means I'm still working this out in my head, but you'll have some degree of influence over the policies that get enacted. So what I'm thinking to make things a bit smoother is I will have a kind of a play style in mind. So I will be a prime minister or president or whatever the country is, and I will create a persona, and I'll let you know roughly my sort of political viewpoint with this character. So I'll create a leader who will have a political standing and a kind of a agenda as to what he wants to achieve, or she, or whatever it might be. So you'll know that up front, and then I'm going to obviously try to pass laws and change laws and things like you do in the game. But you'll be involved somehow. Now, I'm debating how it's going to work, but you'll have some influence over that, as will the viewers as well. So I'm still working out the mechanics yet, so bear with me. But basically, by the time I come round to it, I'll be ready. So yeah, the first step is you can be ministers. You will have some influence. I might take some ideas as to how the mechanics of it will work precisely, but because we want to keep things running along smoothly without too much voting and whatnot. Don't want polls galore here, but yeah, you know, you might be able to say veto the decision for that particular. So I want to bring this law in, but you know, if the consensus between the lot of you are like, no, that's ridiculous, we're not having that. Nah. then I can't bring it in. Because that's, I think that, I mean, I'm not a political expert, but I think that's how it works. The Prime Minister might want to bring something in, but if his party aren't for it, then he ain't bringing it in. He needs his party support. That's how it works, isn't it? I think so. So we'll have something similar. So if I want to, you know, if we're in the UK, say, to hell with the National Health Service, I'm going to cut the budget entirely. Which is ludicrous. You can all go, nah, that's stupid, mate. We're not going for that. And then I can't do it. So that could kind of give a sense of a flavour as to how difficult it might be, for example, for a leader of a country to get his own way or her own way. You know, you might need to curry some favour or whatever. I think it'd be quite fun to but yeah, as I say, mechanics exactly need to be worked out, but that's the general idea that I've got for the playthrough. I've looked on YouTube and there's nothing on democracy remotely related to anything like that, so it'd be quite unique. I think it'd be good fun to see what a muck-up we could make of a country together. And that's a good idea. I should use an existing character from a previous playthrough. Because that's what I always do. Why don't I think of it myself? Anyway, about 2 turns ago, I said the most likely people to attack us would be the Franks. And they now come to us and say, give us 690 denarii, or we'll attack you. That's a paltry amount of denarii. That's not the problem. The problem is the utter audaciousness of this barbarian scumbag to come knocking on my door. He is parleying with the faction leader himself. Marcoma has come, bold as brass, his ginger moustache blowing in the wind, to my doorstep, requesting to speak with me, and basically threatens me. Oh, I mean, we were all for converting our lands, but this is a massive... He's Christian. He's actually Christian. Obviously, we're not accepting. He sends them away with his flea in his ear. Do I look like the kind of man that's going to give you 690 denarii out and allow you to walk out of here with your head on your shoulders? If you're a pagan, it's lucky you're not. Unless he's duping us as well. Everybody's coming dressed as... I say, how do you dress as a Christian? They're all coming with crosses on. I'm a Christian, honestly. I'm a Christian. I come with a proposal. But I am a Christian, by the way. They've heard of him, you see. Don't let him know you're a pagan, otherwise... I'm a devout Christian. I come. This is not me. I'm just a messenger. We've got 690 denarii, otherwise I might attack you. It's a good job you're a Christian, otherwise I'll kill you. But instead, I'm just going to say no. Now get out of here.
Until next time.
Take your damn stupid moustache with you. What if these guys say the same thing?
Dear friend.
Yes! I want an alliance with you, now.
Our thanks.
I should have probably looked at the diplomacy, but I thought if they're going to attack me, I want as many allies as I can get. I'll show you, you Frankish dogs. How dare you? How dare you threaten? They threatened me. I'm seething. I'm seething. They threatened me. Where's diplomacy? Right, Franks, are you allied with the... No, you're not. You're enemies with the Lombardi and the Burgundy. We're allies with the Burgundy and the Vandals. You want to attack me over 690 denarii? Then feel free. But I will ask you to warn your betters, whatever your name was. I will warn you once and once only. I will ensure you are all dead should you do such a stupid thing. Just say. Look! They're pagan! They are pagan! They've tried, they've done it again! They've conned us again! The Vandals did it, and now they've done it! Excuse me, Segavax, sir. What do you want? I'll just be third in my own court. I hate to tell you, but he was a Christian. But he did the sign of the cross and everything. No, the Franks, they're completely pagan. Oh, God damn it! I know I blaspheme, but I'm angry. Oh, dear. Well, everyone's unhappy. What are you all unhappy for? Because we're sick of being converted. No. Right, a suitable husband. Who's this? This is Quintugnatus Malmutius. Isult. Who are you? It's your daughter. Oh, the man up here is dead. Oh, well. He had a good Christian burial, it's fine. Right, most of Vax faction is the Eastern... Oh, really? Franks at war with the Lombardi. Franks are broken their line. The Franks are ticking everybody off. What idiots are they? Do they want to be demolished? Oh, are they getting... They're allied with the Western Romans. Do they think that because they're allied with the Western... We're allied with the Western Romans. We can do what we want now. We're allied with the big... We're friends with the big bully in the schoolyard. We can do what we want. The Western Romans are a shadow of their former selves, you idiots. I would urge you to think on your actions. I don't want just that. I wanted both of them. Where's the other one gone? I've lost a follower because of a glitch. Lost a follower because of a bloody glitch. The Council of Carthage. The Carthaginians are back. A church council held in the city of Carthage has extended the doctrine and practices of the Christian church. After careful argument, it has been decided that firstly, prayers for the dead will have an effect in making sure that they reach heaven. Secondly, some sins can be atoned for by the dead soul spending time in purgatory, paying off bad behaviour by suffering the torments of damnation for a given time. Of course, our leader has got wind of this and shall take heed. At once. Hence why a proper Christian burial was had up here. We had to ensure that he went to heaven. Of course we did. Right. Tax rates having to come down now. Rather unfortunately, because people aren't getting unhappy. I'll tell you who's getting flipping unhappy around here. And it's not the damn people. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. I got a bit excited. There's another family member in the house. Another family member in the house. It's Quintugnatus. Yeah. Married my lovely, beloved Isult. So he's... did you say you were Christian? Of course I'm Christian. Of course I am, sir. We're going to be looking at every Christian person that comes to us for the first time suspiciously. Are you really Christian? Yeah, I am Christian. Yeah, look, I'm Christian. Sign of the cross. Sign of the cross. We're going to design a Christianity test. It's like a citizenship test of modern times. I'm designing a Christianity test. If you are a true Christian, you shall know the answers to these questions. And if you don't, I shall declare you pagan and have you burnt. Do you still wish to come to my court now? I will not be fooled again. stoop to no. They will stoop to anything. Let's carry on. So what's a conversion like here, I ask? Can we move out? Can we move? So we've got 15% from the buildings. And does this building actually, it aids the spread of Christianity, it says, but then when I build it, it doesn't give me the extra religious building buff. So I'm kind of thinking it doesn't. So I'm going to cancel that and build that, which does give that bonus instead. After I fix that, because it's knackered. Right, okay. So that'll be 20, that'll be 5, that's probably going to be 10. So what's that? 20, 30, 35 versus 30, so it's just about getting there. So I think we'll wait until that's 5 turns. We can't stay here forever though, can we? We cannot stay here forever. We have to go. We have to go. We have to go. We can't stay here forever and a day, I'm afraid. Let's get out of here. I will not suffer any longer in the presence of Franks. I'm close enough to them. I need to go. I need to go now. Anyway, when he gets to his destination, Samurai Brever, he debriefs the assassin who's been waiting here for some time. There is a man with a ginger beard that I want dead, if you don't mind. He should be outside the gates of Augusta Tivorum, thinking he's outsmarted me. Well, he hasn't. For he calls himself a Christian, and clearly he's not. So I want you to go and kill him.
Assassin ready.
Please. Now. Are you sure, sir?
You shall die this day.
I am completely sure.
On my way.
100% sure.
Out of mood, sir.
You will kill him. So, yes, he has sanctioned the assassination of the ginger mustached man who tried to pull the wool over his eyes, basically. We shall still see if that happens. Anyway, moving on to here, where we are going to build a port. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Because we have finished our religious buildings, and we look at the religion here, and it's converting, still converting positively, so there's no need for us to panic. And even with our absence, let's have a look at here, even with our absence, it is still converting positively. With more positivity to come. So we're happy now that we have done our work here. 82% Christianity. Our job here is done, and our son-in-law can wait in here with Augusta to pick up the skills of oratory. For this man was a great speech giver. He only gave one speech, but it's legendary, so he only had to give one speech. Why ruin it with a crappy second one? Just be remembered for the one good one. That's all you need. So yeah, both these settlements converted precisely and perfectly to Christianity. And now, let us see what is the statistics here, now that we have arrived with our great conversion strength. It hasn't taken effect this turn, but it will take effect next turn. 25% versus soon to be 35%. Once we destroy their building, we've got them. Destroying the building here, however, will be slightly problematic because the public order, even when low, isn't great. So we're going to face a bit of backlash should we do that. So the question is, do we bring forth some additional hands to help us, or do we not? And do we chance it? Interesting questions, and we shall find out next time, because that's the end of the session. It's 10:20. Time has flown by. which is a sign that I've had a good time. I've been in a very talkative mood today. I've been in a good mood today, so I thought I'd embrace it. Yes, in the next session, I think we've done everything that we need to do pretty much for building. So yeah, in the next session, we will pick up where we are now, and that is converting Samurai Breather as our grand plan. Will we assassinate the ginger mustachio? And will the Franks attack us? These are all things that are going to be something to keep an eye on in the next one. And also, as I said before, where do we flipping go now? We're friends with everybody, apart from the Franks, really. We're friends with everybody. Everybody loves us. The rest of Romans, the Vandals, the Burgundians. These Romano-British people, they're cool, man. They're chill. They don't attack anybody. They're respectable people. We just want to make love, not war. The Holy Land, indeed. We want to go visit their churches. Have you seen that grand cathedral in London? Londinium. It's absolutely. I've seen paintings of it. It looks fantastic. It looks a place to visit. Tourism is booming. Tourism circa 394. But yeah, there you go. So that's the end of the session. So thank you for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. I certainly have. And in the next one, we will press on. Don't know how many more sessions there's going to be, but I think there's probably at least another 3 or 4 streams in this year. After that, we'll do something else. But yeah, have an enjoyable rest of the week, whatever you're going to do. Next stream will be Sunday, about 8 o'clock-ish for Democracy 4. Between now and then, there will be at least 2, maybe 3 episodes of Pathfinder Kingmaker. I was about to say Pillars of Eternity. Pathfinder Kingmaker, as we continue on our adventures there as well. So yeah, quite a lot coming. Busy week. So whatever you're going to do, enjoy, and hopefully see you soon on Sunday. Have a good one, folks. Thanks again for coming. And until next time, as always, I'll see you soon.